Hey everyone, welcome back. Hopefully going to go through to Nelson tonight to pick up a big bulk buy of books. Well, just giving Justin Bieber some TLC. What have they done to you, Justin? Looking very fresh. This place here is really good. It's another Age UK place. The only problem is it's always closed. Like even now, the time, it says it's supposed to be open. It's 3 o'clock, it says it's going to close at 4 on a Thursday, but closed. I think they're just short on volunteers, to be honest. It's a really big place. It's like I found some winners on the way back from Age UK, at the other Age UK place. Got Martin Luther's biography at the bottom, a Dave Peltzer book, and some other stuff. Currently in slow motion. De-sticker. So professional at de-stickering, I can do it with my left hand now. Like, the sticker never existed. Some stickers are harder to remove than others, and some stickers are like, you know, straight over. It's like Mike Levaut's, you know, Monsters Inc. Straight over the face. I was thinking the other day, because I've been reading the Egyptian book, eventually once we've colonised the universe, we'll have like Tutankhamun's solid gold death mask probably across the galaxy in an antique shop with a for sale sticker across the front of it. Fresh in so far today. Nice blue sky. Looks like there's someone had an accident or something over there. On my way to check out the Salvation Army. This place is always so good. Back of the Salvation Army, they've got tons of vintage books. I haven't brought a backpack. Got all this back here tomorrow, I think. 45 books. Looks like we got a really good selection here. Let's see what we have. There we go, guys. Fresh in today. I've looked through them in the morning. I'm a bit disheartened, guys. Said the management said to me they've got a concern for health and safety about somebody falling over. I mean, you know what I mean? At what point, like, what if someone fell over the step? Yeah, there's a lot of books here, but people can see there's a lot of books and really easily, carefully step around it. You know what I mean? If someone falls over, then they're quite careless to not notice that, you know, there's about a freaking million. I've not really got time to stand here wondering what to do about it. But we was going to send a lot of this stock probably to Halifax anyway, to the second store, which is why I've overstocked it. But what I always thought was cool is just the fact that there's hidden gems in there. I mean, it's quite annoying, guys, like, honest to God. Can't believe I'm going to go pick up loads of cold books. We just had that health and safety talk thing. Bit late picking up these books. Got the books and they're really heavy, but it's all downhill, so we should be okay. The next bus is in 3 minutes. Really shouldn't have let it get to me, that health and safety thing, but yeah, it's just, I really wanted more books than that in there. I mean, it doesn't really mean that I can't carry on getting books, it just means that it's going to have to change the way I lay out the shop, because if it's a health and safety hazard for someone tripping up, she seemed to chill out the management after I said I've got the public liability insurance, which
should really cover me for if anyone does fall. But what I was thinking is, I fill it up so much that people can't even get inside the bookstall, that might fix it. And even though I'm opening up the other one, the Halifax one, I really did want to make sure that there was just a lot of books in there. Like, I wanted it to be part of the factors, part of the defining things about it. Like, you know, people might, no one's gonna be like, oh, yo, have you seen that shop in Burnley? There's 7 bookcases full of books. They're never gonna say that. There's 7 or 8 bookcases full of books. Or they'll say, yo, have you seen that bookshop in Burnley? There's like, all the bookcases are full of books, and then the entire shop from the floor to like neck height is full of books. That would be more interesting. People would travel far to come to a place like that. It's like that bus that just left wasn't actually taking any passengers on, so the next one's 13 minutes. I don't really mind waiting though, it gives me time to dwell upon what to do. Or is this the bus? Changing to Burnley. 67, Nelson. This one's not in service. Everything has a maximum capacity, including the amount of books a bookstore can hold. I grew up here in Nelson. Nelson was founded by the Admiral Lord Nelson, who he led the army, I believe, into battle. And oh, here we are at Burnley bus. We forgot a bus is only £1 at night. The excessive stock level issue shouldn't really be an issue. I can go both ways. I can pile in more stock so that people can't get in the shop, so there's no chance for them to fall over, or I can use it as an excuse to focus on this next store, which would be the best way to do this. Focus on the Halifax stuff. I love books, and I love getting the bargains. I love spending the profit on the books and filling the shop up. I'm still going to do that. I'm still going to continue to do that. But it just makes this Halifax even more urgently needed. It's not like I just want to open another store. It's got to the point where I really need to open up another store. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of books. I mean, there's even more to bring into the shop than there is in the shop. And the shop is like that wide. I mean, I don't want it to be that wide. Maybe that wide. Either that wide or completely so full up that people can't get in, so there's no risk. There's no health and safety risk of them getting into the shop to fall over. The management seemed to chill out a little bit once I mentioned that I have public liability insurance, up to £5 million. Which basically will cover us, like, if aught happens. We don't want aught to happen though. So just let's try and breathe, not jump to, because I was honestly just like, oh my god, like I get stressed really fast, like really quick. These sort of things just get to me super fast, where it's just like, oh my god, everything's not going perfect. So I'm just gonna chill, try and think about it, you know, just not let it get to my head. Focus on this second shop, get the second shop open. This comment got me thinking, put one in Las Vegas. In Halifax is quite far away to start with, but Las Vegas would be crazy. How would we be able to do that? Maybe down the line, maybe something could occur, maybe some sort of deal or something with somebody. I've also been thinking a bit more about the branding, because I'm filling out the application, and to make it really different to the other one, I want to go for this, but maybe invert it. So it'll be black bookcases, everything black, and I think that'll look really cool. One of the other things I was thinking as well is maybe taking one of each of my favourite books, like maybe one of each holy book, or you know, things like the Iliad or the Lancashire Witches or local history books, and actually putting them on a chain so people can't take them ones from the shop, but they can maybe have a seating area where they can read these books. That's just a thought anyway, but I really think this logo looks really cool. Some more vintage photos of the market. Lots of local history books. Okay, people managed to get them all inside. Got some more to pick up. Grey skies today. And what I'm going to do, guys, I just had a disaster. I've got 2 boxes of vintage books. About 100 vintage books from the 50s. It's raining a little bit and my wheel has come off my trolley. I'm hoping that I can put these off my keys onto the wheel so the wheel will stay on. This guy just appeared out of nowhere and he's like, you need a trolley? He's got a trolley in his hand. Guys, upgraded. Hopefully this one will work. Definitely be sufficient so far. What was the chances of that guy appearing out of nowhere and being like, hey, I noticed your trolley's broke. Here's a spare trolley I have. I've nearly made it back, guys. Going very slowly, blind bumps. Trolley with 100-year-old vintage books. Let's go for it. We've done it, guys. We have done it. Okay, guys, we successfully made it back with the new and improved trolley. And here's what we got. All these vintage books, all those on the floor. They're all 40s and 50s. And look at how pristine condition they're in. Shakespeare. I think this one's a 50s one, 55 maybe, 59. Some of them, I've not looked at all of them, but some of them go back to 44 I've seen. Some really old ones, 44. 80 years old, and look at how prime condition we need to find a very safe space for these old books. God, I just remembered, I also filled up the backpack. I really do look forward to this part. That right there is a redeemer of faith. What are the chances of a guy just appearing? He saw that my trolley collapsed and he just appeared with another trolley. And this is a more industrial trolley, like look at this. It folds right down to be compact. Look how compact that is. Tiny, it'll fit between, you know, next to the fridge or whatever. And then whack, bang, folds up. Suddenly, just pull this up and bang, it's a trolley again. Hey people, I've had a good afternoon. I spent all morning filling out this huge application form for the market in Halifax, and thought I'd read what I put in this section, which was, please provide details of how your application will improve or benefit the market and its customers. So what I put is, I believe that a self-service bookstore will greatly benefit the market. My plan is to set this up as a non-profit entity like the one in Burnley, meaning all turnover will be invested back into this project in Halifax. Being able to offer a big selection of books at a competitive price will be valuable to customers and the rest of the market. Putting trust into customers, in my opinion, makes them know they are in a safe place. The bookstore will potentially become a regularly visited location by readers, and the constantly evolving collection will create a refreshing and inspiring location. And then this other section, which is asking, please provide what evidence I may have to support my application. And I put, at the similar setup in Burnley, many people have described the stall as heaven, with many people returning time and time again and spending lots of time looking through the books. Many people have reached out to me online with praise for the project and also to suggest I open one in their town. Being an independent non-profit ensures that funds are kept local, with investment also being kept local, as goods and services including restocking will be from local sources in Halifax. Being able to trade stock between the Burnley and Halifax stall also ensures that authors and readers have more reach and scope. So I thought that was cool. I might add some more to it and get it typed up and then post it off to Halifax. So really positive morning, and with the 100 vintage books that's just been stocked in. Really good stuff. We've got a lot of the medical books in this morning as well. So today we really got 100 books from the 1940s. We got an old library of medical books, a few cookbooks, a few gardening books, a few travel books, a few art books, and our normal novels and non-fiction, fiction, paperbacks. Got Andrew Marr's book. So a good day so far, people. We had the godsend with the trolley situation. Yeah, the day's still young, to be honest. A lot could happen. There seems to be a little tiny issue with the sound system in the shop. It keeps going off. I think the reason why is because the iPhone that it's plugged into pulls charge from the power bank that is powering the sound system, and when the phone is fully charged, for some reason it doesn't power the speakers anymore. So the speakers go off and then the power bank goes off. Oh no, sorry, the power bank goes off and the speaker goes off, and then the phone, it just stops the music. So I'm thinking of going out and buying some little, PC speakers that have built-in lights, because I think if we've got built-in lights, it should pull more power from the power bank to be able to register it as needing it, and then not turn off, hopefully. Because I spend so much time like sort of symmetrically looking at this hot fresh donuts idle in front of me, which looks incredible, by the way. I always think about how it would be amazing to have a mobile business like that. I mean, that you can just move anywhere, such security. I wonder how it does. It's there every day, so it must do okay. I think I'm gonna head to RSPCA. Just gonna pretend the health and safety words of advice just never occurred. The big things I keep debating about, which I'm gonna have to consult ChatGPT about, is having it as independent non-profits or consolidating into one big non-profit. I mean, this is down the line stuff that I don't need to worry about at the very moment, but once I have multiple locations, I will need to worry about it a bit more. It might make sense to consolidate them into one non-profit. This whole putting money into the local area and not having this equalising, it's funny, but we can get round it by, trading stock. We were talking about how we expand scope and reach. So even if they are operating as independent non-profits that help each local area based on the income of each independent entity, it can still have that as a benefit with the trading between each. I forgot the RSPCA closes early on a Friday. We're not on 4 p.m. already, oh Jesus Christ. But this place is amazing for books. If you see there through the door, they've got a 10p basket right there, and then they've got 3 for £1. Hardbacks are £2 each. But yeah, they're really good, and they've got the kids section in the back. A couple from Glad Rags. I'm joking about the health and safety thing, because safety first is always the rule. I will make sure there's no tripping potential. Holy Lord, guys, it's already getting to be that time of year again. This guy here, the 2p, I wish I had a 2p coin to show you it, but he's a feature of my new book because you put 2p in and this dolphin goes backwards and forwards for a good few minutes. I mean, I'm sure in the 50s it was probably efficient way of making money, but now I think it's honestly a perpetual motion machine, to be honest. Hey, when we were looking at the donut thing, look at this. In the golden years of Burnley wrote the travelling library. 1D per volume for 14 days, all the latest books supplied, Burnley Company. Transport department. There the guy is inside the back of the van reading a book. I'm just looking through these old books of Burnley. And it reminded me of one more thing. Another thing that I'm going to list as a benefit for the local community about self-service stalls is I just saw someone comes in every Friday and she's a young girl. I don't really look to see what books, I feel it's cheeky if it's self-service for me to be like, oh, what books are you buying? Which got me thinking, we're living in a society now where some people might, for instance, not be judged by what books they're reading, but feel that they're going to be judged, or they might even be judged. For instance, if a Christian goes out and buys a Quran, obviously that's well within, Christians would actually recommend to read a Quran, but they might not be clued up to know that, and they might think, yeah, actually I don't dare do that, I don't dare ask them for a culturally different book, or maybe someone's you know, one of the things I thought was the gynecology books and stuff like that, the STD books. If someone's worried about having an STD, you don't want to be going into a shop and saying, oh, can I have an STD book, I'm worried if I've got herpes or whatever. So with that layer of anonymity, being able to pick up a book without anybody, without even the cashier knowing which book you're buying, I think it really does add value to the community. I buy a lot of books and I still do get that feeling every now and then of oh God, I hope they're not judging me by the book I'm buying. You know, because yeah, I'm not saying I'm wrong with being LGBTQ plus or whatever, but I might buy a book that's LGBTQ plus and I think, oh God, they probably might be assuming that I'm a part of that, which I am an ally of, but not necessarily gay, you know what I mean? So the other example is buying a Quran if you're a Christian. There's lots of examples, I think, of how the anonymity just really adds value to the reader, because yeah, they just get to buy a book without being judged at all. Or some people that they're buying the books on trains, for instance. We've got all this selection on trains at the bottom here. I mean, that can be perceived as geeky by some people, but I don't think it's geeky, obviously, but you know what I mean? Just that is one thing I need to put onto the application, that anonymity thing. I'm really racing against time though, because not only the health and safety, which is a big issue, mostly this bit here. Maybe if I move them comics, move this side away, a bit more of a walkway, but that is the issue that we're worried about right now. And there's just nowhere to put them. The other issue that I'm worried about is, you see like there where they're going sideways a bit, you see the Japanese style books, they're going sideways a bit. I just don't want them to get damaged, so that's why this application is really essential. And we know down the line it's going to be just a month or two before we have to do the same thing again and again and again, which isn't a bad thing. You know what I mean? We want 1 million of these places. Well, maybe not 1 million, but there's no reason why this can't be franchised out and put all the way across the world as a new concept. Wow, the donut place is spectacular. It's like a mega church, isn't it? Oh, holy donut stand. Oh, out they are, so bright and luminous. Homer Simpson, love thou, so I love thou also. Thank you for lighting up our day with your candy floss and all your sweet delights. I ask this in your son's name, Sticks of Rock. Amen. In my rush, I actually took apart my keys, remember, because my trolley broke. And I've lost the little loopy things and I'm worried they're not as structurally sound anymore.